Hello everybody, my name is Strange Eli, and I wanted to talk about something a little more serious, something that's been on my mind a lot, and that is mental health, and what that means to me, and what that could potentially mean for you. I don't want to bring up my history too much, my various experiences within therapy and various kind of moments in the dark, but my parents are out of the country right now, both of them, and so they've kind of left me to be entirely alone for 2 weeks. And so I've had a lot of time to think, gone through a lot of experiences, and I kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, the differences and how introversion and extroversion affects me, or being an introvert-extrovert kind of person or personality. To kind of clarify what each of those means, introvert is someone who prefers to spend most of the time on their own. They strive on their own, they prefer to do things on their own, they don't necessarily feel the urge, the need, the compulsion to hang out with other people, and it's kind of just that. An extrovert is the opposite. People who really strive hanging out in groups, people who are very social, and these people can sometimes be classified as like annoying or overly social, or outgoing, but it's mostly just that kind of like they strive in group settings, they strive with other people, they strive with the chatter and activity. I'm not at all trying to claim that I'm unique by exhibiting both of these things. In fact, most people do. Most people exhibit these things in a myriad of ways. In fact, it's pretty normal to just have social tendencies and have quiet tendencies. But I want to just talk about it because I feel like in a lot of ways it does affect my mental health and affects how I deal with social situations and planning and stuff like that. To the point where I would say that it does affect my life in a substantial enough way that it'd be easy for me to pinpoint it and talk about it. So to begin, let's talk about some of my introvert tendencies or introvert problems. Now, like I said earlier, people who are introverts tend to prefer to be alone or strive when they are alone. And this manifests itself in a couple of ways within me. One of those being that I like to be alone a lot. I do a lot of whenever I cook, I prefer to be alone. Whenever I am doing these YouTube videos, I would rather the house be empty than have anyone else in it. When I am doing art, I'd rather be alone. When I'm reading, I'd rather be alone. Those last two maybe seem a little obvious, but I majority of the time spend a lot of time just hanging out by myself in my room. There's definitely a place for being alone. There's definitely times where it's necessary to be alone so you can just relax and decompress, but some people would rather not be. And so that's where I kind of bring into my extrovert tendencies or extrovert problems. And that is that I am a total chatterbox. I think a part of the reason why I make these videos on a weekly basis is because I feel like if I didn't, I would have so much internal dialogue and so much internal voice within me that just would be rattling and waiting to get out. And this goes beyond just oh, I like talking. It's if I'm home alone, I will just start talking to myself. I'll start talking to my dog. I will talk to the windows. I will start belting out whatever song is in my head just because I feel like I just need to use my voice. It's this physical pull from right here where I just feel like if I don't, it's blocked. It feels like I'm blocking something when I'm not talking. And so I'm constantly being pulled between these two poles where it's I love to be alone and I would love to just be able to pause someone and just be okay, I can decompress and I can go do something else. I can go cook something. I can go listen to a video and not worry about someone being what's this video about, or it not being funny, or because it's what pleases me, it's what makes me happy. But at the same time, there's been so many nights where I'm sitting at home and I'm doing the things that I enjoy doing by myself, or I'm playing video games and watching YouTube videos or have them playing in the background, and I just have to pause everything and I'm just it just feels like I'm wasting time. It feels like I could be doing more, or and I don't even mean more as in achieving a thing. I just mean talking to someone and trying to communicate with someone, and it's hard. It's there's something that's it's a part of that whole voice needing to get out thing where it's even if I'm sitting and I'm distracting myself with tech, I'm still just nah. But I could have a friend over and they could hang out and we could have a great time all night, but once I get back from class the next morning, I want them to be gone. I want to come home to an empty house. I want to be able to like sit back and like drink a cup of coffee without having to like worry about upholding a conversation, and then like spend the rest of the day by myself, because it's like I feel like it's just so much to even hang out with like one person for one night, you know? It's like, and people experience this to varying degrees. Some people can't even talk to people at all, and you know, some people, they feel like they can talk to tens of people, you know, at once, and it's like no big deal. But it's this very fine line, you know, where it's like there's a balance that has to be made, and the balance is so delicate that it's like one tip in one way. I could be hanging out with a friend one night, come home from class, and they could still be there, and the whole time I'm just like, okay, so when am I gonna get my chance to be alone? When am I gonna get my chance to like do things at my own pace and not have to worry about being funny, or have to worry about like being an entertainer or a good host? Or when can I go do my art? You know, when can I go make my YouTube video? When can I go, you know, all these things, especially even video editing. I spend probably somewhere in the range of 4 to 10 hours a week video editing, and that's a significant amount of time that I could be having someone come over to hang out, and that's a lot of like cut out time that I have to mentally prepare myself and mentally think about when I'm scheduling out my week and scheduling out my day down to the hour. I have to consider like, okay, well, I got a video edit, so maybe we can't hang out tonight. And so even in situations where I do want to talk, sometimes those introverted activities get in the way. But then as soon as I have that person over, it's like, I wish I was alone so I could go do video editing. But mental health and the idea of the introverted extrovert, or vice versa, the extroverted introvert, is really fascinating to me, because it is something that I do think about a lot, and something that it's been on my mind a lot. And actually moving forward, I do want to create some more serious topic videos. I've been thinking a lot recently about mental health and self-growth and self-care, and what self-care, you know, really means, not just like the meme version of self-care. And I feel like not only will it help me grow as a person, but it might help someone just randomly clicking through, you know, recommended videos until they finally make their way to my channel. Because I've been through a lot of therapy, and I've been through a lot of various relationships and exchanges and moments in my life that have really helped me learn important lessons, and has helped me become, I would say, a more wise person. And if I can, you know, help one person, then I will have done something right. That's kind of where I'm gonna end it. I know that this is kind of a more serious video, and I know that's a little bit of a longer video, but I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you think this video could help someone, please share it with them. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If they bring back the rating system, go ahead and give this video 5 stars, but we all know that they won't. In the comments down below, if you have any other mental health topic that you would like for me to talk about, please leave it in the comments, or really any topic at all, but you know, for the relevance of the video. My Twitter will be floating around here somewhere on screen. Please like, favorite, subscribe, all that kind of nonsense, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you, and bye-bye.